Well, welcome back to Better Living. We may be in a different location, but it is Friday, so that means Citizen Advisory Group is here. Kevin Bucher is here. We're going to talk about Social Security.
Yes.
It's lots of choices to make.
Yeah, so there's so many different options when we consider when we should file for our Social Security benefit. So we're here at Art Van today, and there's all this different furniture and things around. So it kind of starts with a similar mindset of we have certain needs as we enter into retirement. And so that's similar when you walk in the store here. We usually come here because there's a need that we're trying to fill. So that's where we kind of start in the decision process with Social Security, by just kind of looking at what are your needs that you have in retirement. So Social Security is certainly going to be one of the resources that we have available to us in retirement to help satisfy those needs, but we first really need to have a really good understanding of what we're looking for and what we need in retirement.
I think it's a good analogy coming in here. You know, I may come in here needing a dining room table, but if I leave with a sofa, I still have that need. So I may think I'm going to file for Social Security at age 70, but at age 66, I find that I have a need for that additional income.
Right. So we certainly have needs that are going to need to be met in retirement, and then we start to look at the resources that we have available to us. So if you came in looking for a sofa, that sofa is going to have to coordinate with some of the other things that you have as far as your other possessions in the home. So that's similar to Social Security. So we look at all these resources, and we have to look at them together to figure out how to make the very best decision when it comes to Social Security.
It's like a puzzle. It's like fitting all those pieces together. If I come in and talk to you about that, you can tell me, you can kind of lay it out, lay all the numbers out and say, okay, if you take it at this age, you're going to get this percentage. Because you can choose those things.
Yes. So one of the important things that we have at our hands that we can utilize to help make this decision is some software. So we've partnered with a company called Social Security Solutions, and they have some proprietary software that has been recognized by Wall Street Journal as the #1 Social Security planning software. So that allows us to take and input your individual information and run some different forecast of what your Social Security benefits will be to really help determine what is going to be the optimal way for you individually to file for your Social Security benefits. Because it's similar when we walk into this store, we certainly are looking for a certain need. We have a need to fill, but we also want the very best deal.
Right.
So Social Security works the same way. We want to get the very best deal out of the Social Security system.
It makes sense. What about, okay, so I can take it at different ages, but when should I start thinking about what I'm going to do? Do I start at 42? Do I wait till I'm 50? When do I decide?
Yeah, 42 might be a little bit premature because there's so many changes that we might see in the Social Security system. So I would say we really need to start considering this probably at the age of 55 and really start honing in on, hey, what are our options going to be at Social Security? Because it really is not just about the benefit amount that you might be able to collect, because there's different types of benefits that you'll be eligible for throughout your retirement. So understanding those different benefits and coordinating those together with your other retirement assets is really what it's all about.
Some of the different benefits, so there's what, a spousal benefit, right?
Yeah, so there's the retirement benefit, which is basically what you earn off of your work history, so what you're entitled to based on your work. But the spousal benefit is what you are eligible to collect off of your spouse's employment and what they did underneath Social Security. And that can be a current spouse, but it also can be an ex-spouse. So there's some different rules that come into play there, but so understanding all that is really important.
That could get very confusing. I would have never thought that it could be an excess. Now, what if I make this plan? Okay, I come see you at 55. We figure out what's the best for me, and then I have something major change. Perhaps I get married at the age of 58, or I have a job change, or I quit working, or a health issue. Does it have to be set in stone?
Yeah, and so nothing is set in stone with Social Security until you actually file for those benefits. And Social Security used to be a lot more flexible as far as letting you go back and make some changes, but they've changed some of the rules to that. And so now you basically have a 12-month window from the time you start your benefit for you to hit reset and undo that. So once you make that filing decision, you have a very short window of time to make any adjustments. But from 55 to 62 in that range, we do some planning at that point, but obviously none of that is set in stone until you actually go into Social Security and make those filing decisions at that point.
Okay. Okay, and then you have 12 months. So what is my first step? Is my first step just coming to one of your seminars?
Yeah, I think that's a great place to start because we're going to go through some of the different key rules to Social Security, some of the key types of benefits that are available, and then really start to lay out some of the unique strategies that might be available for you individually. So it kind of really gets the juices flowing, but then coming in for a consultation after that, once you've got that base knowledge in place, and really then honing in on your individual situation.
I just think you'd feel so much better having that education. Let's talk about, you've got some coming up. You have a couple in April still, and then a few in May.
Yeah, so we hold two different types of educational seminars. One is really specific to the topic of Social Security, and those aren't until the May date, so May 5th and May 7th. So that's going to be really specific to the topic of Social Security. But then we also hold a little more broad retirement planning seminars as well. And we do have some of those in April 21st and 23rd. We still have some availability for that. So if you have some interest in that, please just give us a call and we'll make sure to have some room for you.
But you need to RSVP because there's dinner served and these things fill up, don't they?
So one of the questions we get often when we get those calls is this meal, is there a cost for this? The meal is complimentary, so this is our investment into this process of educating and making sure people are informed. So it's a complimentary meal, and we do have some availability for those April dates. So give us a call, and we'd love to get you in.
All right, get that scheduled today so that you can feel good and secure in your knowledge about your retirement. We'll be right back.